All right, everyone, here we go. Saturn retrograde in Aries, an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. If the video seems a little bit different today, the Steve Love Tarot, we could all say a prayer. The Steve Love Tarot laptop blew up. It blew up. And right in the middle of the Saturn reading, it blew up. So I have to start over. Right? I don't have time to recover a hard drive and shit. I don't know. But anyway, we're on the original computer that I used to shoot these videos on. It's a little slower processor. So hopefully it comes out all right. I hope so. Okay? Oh, here we go. Saturn retrograde. But normally Saturn retrograde is all about the teacher leaving the room and, you know, the taskmaster's gone and karma and this and that and the other thing and the kids play and you get a break from all the karmic lessons and all of that holds true here too, you know, in this one. But there's an extremely positive energy, and I know you're looking at a Seven of Swords and you're like, positive? Well, you on crack, Steve? Yeah, a little bit. But, hey, my laptop blew up. Cut me some slack. Seven Swords. Yeah, I get it. But it's very positive. Okay? It's a very positive energy of getting things done, removing things that no longer suit you, things along those lines. And you feel good about it. You do. Right here. Seven Swords. Surface energy. Seven Swords crossed by 9 Pentacles. Liberating ourselves from bullshit. Moving down new paths, feeling very confident with this magician, right? Four of Swords, a lot of healing. There's a lot of trusting the gut in this energy. Well, the intuition, if you will, but it's trust your gut in this. And you feel confident about it. It's just a lot of confidence. Nope, it's crap, I'm getting rid of it, right? A lot of heart chakra here. You are the King of Cups. And underneath that, things do actually flow pretty smoothly. They really do. At the end of the day, that's what it's about for you. For somebody else, somebody might be a little bit overconfident in their approach to you. But somebody here is doing the same thing. But I think they're letting go of some things, grudges, I want to say, that they've held on to where you're concerned. This could be more than one person. There's a main energy here, but it could be more than one person. They're letting go of, we'll call them grudges, little things. Things that they keep in the back of their mind and sometimes you don't think about it. We all have those, right? So let's go. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? Let's see where we're at. Boy, this feels really old school. I feel like it's the beginning couple of months of Steve's Love Tarot, way back in the beginning. Using this old dual core processor machine. Oh my God. It's like Stone Ages here. My goodness. All right. Hopefully we get through the reading. We on makeshift, right? It's like Steve Love Tarot on the road. All right, let's see where we're at. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? I don't like having to start readings over, but I will if I have to, and I have to here. 9 Cups. I didn't get this far in the last one, so don't worry. Yeah. It feels more like a 9 of Pentacles to me. That's why I'm struggling with it. It's a liberating energy. It's something. It feels good for somebody to do something that they know they want to do, that they've denied that they want to do it. Now it feels good to do it. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Let's cut the deck. What comes after the cut? Whoop. The Page of Pentacles. Somebody here is very easily figuring out. It's communication for you. But somebody here is very easily figuring out what they want, what they don't want. I think they're a little overconfident with it, but that's okay. It's a nice energy. It's a very positive Saturn retrograde. I can't emphasize that enough, you know. But again, try to keep it in check. Try not to let the positive energy make you overconfident. I think this energy is a little overconfident. A little bit. We'll see. All right, let's go. Shuffle the deck. Give me Saturn retrograde in Aries 2025 universe. It's retrograde between now and in the November-ish, U.S. Thanksgiving kind of time frame-ish, right? I don't know off the top of my head. I know it's November something, November 20th or some shit like that, 22nd maybe. All right. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. It's a very useful energy. This is a well-placed retrograde. I'm going to tell you right now. This is a very useful energy. Let's see where we go. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is 6 Swords. And that's fueled by, part of the pre-shuffle a little bit here. That's fueled by 7 Wands. See, that's the card that wanted to reveal itself in the pre-shuffle, but I couldn't quite bring myself to do it. My little gut told me, no, 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 don't reveal that. That was under there. Somebody thinks this is going to be easy. This energy will give you the illusion that it's going to be easy to fix things. Okay? It may very well be. But it's still, beware of overconfidence here. Okay? Beware of being overconfident in this energy. Let me fix this computer real quick here. Hold on. Okay. Using the rinky-dink computer, you get what you get. Right here, the energy around your connection. Right here is the 3D energy around this person. Right here is their soul. This is the hidden energy message from the universe. And we froze, didn't we? I knew it. See? See, I told you, it's a powerful energy. You know, and this little computer's not going to be able to handle it. I'll tell you what. Right here is the hidden energy message from the universe, read with the energy of your connection. Right here is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify everything through some universe cards at the end. You bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one if the computer will let me. And maybe this one won't blow up. I don't know. Let's see. Energy around your connection. 8 cups. Yeah, there it is. We got cleanup on aisle 6 here. Somebody here, you're about to get these cups about to get repaired. Okay? We moved to 9 cups from this. That was the card before the cut. We got a cleanup coming here. Somebody who broke it now realizes they broke it and they feel good about fixing it. They feel like they can do this. Oh, I get that. 3D energies in this person's life. Yep, Ace of Pentacles. Yep. Again, the most solid new beginning in the tarot. Somebody's making some new beginnings here. Somebody wants to get their life right. Somebody attached to you. Keep in mind, you'll want to do this too. I'm just telling you, don't get overconfident about it. Now, all this positive energy has a way of making people a little bit Pollyanna, a little bit pie in the sky. Be careful. All right? All right. I mean, I've changed the starter on a car 9 million times. I don't get overconfident. I'm never 100% sure I can do it before I crawl up under there. Bolts always stripped. I know how to do it, but you don't know what you're going to run into, you know. So, again, it's a bit of that here. All right, let's see. Their soul is here. It bookends the 8 of Cups. 9 of Wands. There's something here from the past. There's some self-loathing here. There's some self-doubt. There's some kind of core programming that stops this person from fully believing in themselves. I think they conquer it with Saturn retrograde, but I think they conquer it with your help. All right? We'll know more when we clarify. Hidden energy message from the universe, read with the 8 of Cups. Page of Swords. Yeah, it's what I said. It's bigger than you think it is. There's more going on here than you think. It's an energy of disappointment. Again, a child will think that stuff is easy. It's a piece of cake. Again, there's a bit of that. This is about a 60-40. It's 60% your energy and 40% theirs. So I am telling you, again, you're going to think, hey, this is great. I've been wanting to hear from this person. I think you hear from a lot of people. But yeah, it's great. You've been wanting to hear from them. But don't just assume that these cups will just repair themselves. This energy will make you feel that way. You feel great. The teacher, the taskmaster has left the room. You feel like you got no karmic debt, right? Just good. You feel like you got an empty karmic debt credit card. That doesn't mean you can go out and go hog wild and fill it up. All right? It is what it is. 40. Why is it 60% you and 40% them? Because they got a little bit of lack of confidence. There's something from their past that limits them. Maybe it's a belief. I don't know. Potential final outcome for you. Red with Ace of Pentacles. 8 Swords. It reads like fear. I don't know why. I don't know why that's here yet. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I'm not surprised it's here with disappointment here. I don't think you're disappointed by this person. I don't think any of that. I think you're surprised by your reaction, just like I am with this. I'm not expecting that. I might have expected a 9 of Swords. That would have been better. An 8 of Swords, I think you're surprised by your reaction to this person after a long time finally showing up. It could be that you see them in a new light. It could be they were the Burger King And now they're a balanced emperor. Now there's something good. They're like, instead of a Burger King, it's like a teppanyaki grill, right? Where they're slicing up A5 Wagyu beef and you're getting all kinds of, they're chucking shrimp at you from 100 yards out. You know, I mean, I don't know. But there's some sort of a surprise mixed with fear here, or apprehension. I don't know. We'll find out when we clarify. It is communication, though. There is communication coming your way. That's why here. Maybe it's also a now what? So we'll have to see what falls on top of it. We're going to clarify with the witches. Randomly at the bottom is 10 cups. It doesn't feel like pie in the sky to me. This feels like, I think what's happening is what you expected to happen. And you were kind of hoping it might be more, maybe, I don't know. I'm just kind of, it's a weird energy to feel. Okay, let's see where we go. Or maybe that's their energy and not yours. I'm not sure. 8 cups, why is it here? Let's clarify. Give me the 8 cups. Why is it here? Talk to me. 8 cups. Well, so far the old computer, aside from one freeze up, but that's to be expected. It always freezes up if it's a lot of energy when I show you the positions. So far the old computer's holding up okay. I can still see my cards on the screen. I got my hand. There's Steve's hand. Hello. All right, there you go. Cool. I spun the 6 of Swords. That's terrible. All right. We'll get through it. I'll get a new Steve Love Tarot laptop. Don't worry. I think the hard drive died the other one. I work it hard. I mean, these videos work it hard for sure. You know, it's got to run and collect all this data. All right, here we go. 8 cups. Tell me about it. But if the video's choppy, I'm sorry. If it's not, cool. Right? We got through it. Lucky day. It'll just be temporary. I'll get a real powerful laptop, I promise. 8 cups crossed by 7 swords. Again, what did I tell you? This feels deceptively easy. Oh, no big deal. Clean up on aisle 6. I'll go take care of it. Yeah, it's not that easy. There's broken glass. Yeah, it's not just cleaning up the pickles. It's cleaning up the little broken glass pieces too. Otherwise, the customers get hurt on that. You know, that kind of a thing. There's some deceptive. The environmental energy around this is deceptive. Clean up on aisle 6. What's on top? 8 Pentacles. I will tell you, I don't know if this applies to you. I feel it on the incoming energy. The person attached to you, whoever the main energy is, there's a lot of energies here. I imagine a lot of people are going to show up feeling like, you know what, we can get this straightened out here. Let's do it. Let's take care of it. But there's a main energy attached to you, and you're all they can think about, no matter what they do. It's like my Tootsie Roll commercial energy, where that old Tootsie Roll commercial, or whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me, right? They see a tree, it's a Tootsie Roll. They see a car, it's a Tootsie Roll. Everything they see, it reminds them of you. Everything. They can't, it's all they can focus on. Why is 8 Pentacles here? Yeah, the Death card. Somebody here thinks they can change things, thinks they can move mountains, thinks they're bigger than they are. That's where this energy, that's the deception. Okay, and this is a cautionary tale for you, but it's definitely what's going on the other side. So, when the energy is this positive around such a big planetary energy, it's like a big release. It's like that. It's like the release you get on the first day of summer vacation at school, the moment the doors open and you're outside. It's like that. The moment you get that with this, there is a tendency to think that you're more powerful than you are. You can do more things than you can, right? It's a very pagey kind of energy. It's a little bit naive, but somebody here is way in their mind, is way overboard on what their actual skill set is. Okay? I'm just going to put it that way. It's got nothing to do with the self-loathing that's here, or the some sort of hang-up that holds them back, but it is important for you to note that. All right? Otherwise, you might be disappointed. You know, I don't know. Let's see. We'll find out more. About 60% of your energy is attached to that. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Tell me about it. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, that's a nice energy. I like that Ace of Pentacles. I don't know why you're reacting this way. I can't wait to find out. I mean, I do. I kind of feel it. I get it. It's not as bad as you think. It's not a big deal. But only you can get yourself out of this. Right? As old Smokey the Bear used to say, only you can prevent forest fires. Right? Only you can prevent this from turning into a goddamn forest fire. You follow? All right. So I'll give you as much info as I can, but yeah, it's crossed by Temperance. I said that's a beautiful energy. It's very nice. Somebody's realizing some truth. Somebody's looking at things. How do I phrase this? So they've swept a lot of, we'll just say where you're concerned. It applies in a broader area, but where you're concerned. Somebody swept a lot of stuff under the carpet. Somebody doesn't want to look at things. They hold a grudge on things, whatever it is. In this energy, they're afraid not to look at those things. You see what I'm saying? They're afraid to not lift the carpet and do it. In other words, it feels like a mission from God. They have to do it. It feels like, I need to take care of this, right? Maybe they're a little overboard on the skill set they have. They might be a little out of their depth. Yeah, maybe. But we'll take the optimistic energy where we can get it. It's a very positive energy. What's on top here? Yeah, see, I told you. Didn't I mention the Emperor earlier? I talked about Burger King and Teppanyaki Grill, and I said somebody showing up as an Emperor. Right, there they are. Someone who's usually the Burger King in this energy is a very balanced Emperor. And I think you might be a little skeptical about that. I think you might be a little worried about that. I think you might be a little worried it's temporary. I think you might be right to be worried that way. This person's got some hang-ups from the past, some core programming from childhood. Why is that here? Three of Wands. It's not surprising. Somebody's doing it. This Emperor makes this jump. You're on that boat out there in the water. See the boat? Right out there in the water? You're on that boat out there in the water. This person makes the jump. They do it. Somebody's moving in a new direction, doing new things, and they realize, and they're the only fear that's here is they're afraid of not doing it. That's the crazy part. I mean, it would be like putting a moon card with a Four of Cups, right? The moon crossing the Four of Cups. I'm afraid not to do it. I'm afraid if I don't do something, I'm fucked, right? So that's good. It shows me that somebody coming towards you. We got to pull on the soul here. Give me 9 Wands. Why is it here? Why is it here? Why is it here? I don't know. Tell me about it. It's crossed by the King of Cups. This is almost a separate message. It's really weird. Somebody's afraid to show their feelings for a reason, or has been. Okay? Yeah, 3 of Swords. Afraid of getting hurt, and the 2 of Cups. It's afraid of getting hurt, but it's afraid somebody's holding back a little bit because they're afraid of hurting you again. I don't know what that means, but they're looking out for you. But that's not 100% true. I had a 7 of Swords crossing here in the environmental energy, and these are read together. It's not 100% true. They're afraid of hurting you, so they hold back just a little bit on the emotions. It's a little emperory, okay? But in reality, that they're afraid of getting hurt themselves. They're afraid of themselves getting hurt. But they view it to seem like a big man or big woman as they're being your protector. You follow? Okay, it's a little bit of that. It's core programming with this person. I mean, if I was going to pull a bridging energy, it'd be a magician here. Somebody here taught this person when they were little that they're not worth more than this. They put a limit on them. They said, you're worth just this, right here, just to there. And they believed it. And a lot of times kids do that. You have to be careful what you teach kids. This feels very old. This feels very programmed here. Above all, protect yourself. Make sure you don't get hurt, but always try to look like the hero while you're doing it. Right? Okay. All right. Page of Swords. Very interesting. That might be something to pull on in the extended. This person's 9 of Wands and the soul. All right. Page of Swords. 60% you. 40% them. Well, what's going on here? You had the 3 of Cups. All right, the 3 of Cups. Again, you might think it's too easy. You might think it's too easy. It's an immaturity built into the energy. It's part of that 7 of Swords. This is a celebration energy, right? You also might be a little short-sighted in it, but it's such a positive energy. I don't want to throw too much negativity on it. I just want you to be careful. I want you to be realistic along within that positivity. All right? What's on top? The Five of Wands, yeah. You feel like there's very little you can't discuss, there's very little you can't talk about. These two are read together, Eight of Pentacles and Five of Wands. Very little you can't discuss, very little you can't talk about, and we just get it done, right? This is mild energy. Why is that here? The Nine of Wands. Again, very little resistance. The sun is there, happiness is within reach. I'm more interested in the way the Nine of Wands feedbacks off the Death card here. Okay? If you let this person, the tendency for you, this is probably where it gets hard for you. The tendency for you might be to try to call this person out and say you're being a little emotionally immature, or you're not opening up enough, or something like that. The energy, the way it flows with the Nine of Wands and the Death card, and the Nine of Wands being tied to this Nine of Wands here. If you let this person be who they are, if you take a liberal approach, which is letting a Nine of Pentacles type approach, a liberal approach, letting somebody be who they are, being accepted, being tolerant. That Temperance is crossing here, remember. That's it. If you do that, if you let them be who they are, they will turn into this Emperor. This Emperor will emerge. You can erode away this Nine of Wands. There's not much there to it. Okay? And that's what this card is saying too. There's not much to that wall. There's not much left. But you can't fight them on it, or their defense mechanism will kick in. You've got to just let them. If they show up as a page, let them be a page. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to be. You be you. All right? But don't try to change them. You know, be tolerant. Let people be who they are in this energy. And just by the nature of the way your two energies blend, they'll adapt. They'll either adapt with you or against you. In other words, there'll be someone you'll want to move forward with, or your energies will repel. Either way, don't try to force anything in this energy. It is a very positive energy. It's very nice. All right, Eight of Swords. Why is it here? Final outcome for you, Eight Swords. What do we got? Let's take a look. Come on now. Talk to me. Eight Swords. Final from my people. Yeah, I'm right. A little bit. It's crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Hold back. It might drive you crazy to hold back, but hold back. Let someone be who they are. All right? Let it flow. I said this felt like a fear, and that's a fear type energy crossing it. What's on top? The Seven of Cups. Why is that here? The Queen of Wands. Yeah, again. What's the bridging energy? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. It's one of those times where it's almost like the universe is playing a game here, where if you pick the wrong choice, you end up with very little. If you pick the right choice, you end up with a lot. But that's not really the case. You end up a lot no matter what what route you take here. There's absolutely nothing for you to worry about here. Try not to dig too deep into what's happening. Everything is happening to try to balance out an energy in your life in some way. This energy of Saturn retrograde at Aries is, well, it's about the typical stuff of the, like I said, the taskmaster leaving the room, and we get a break from the karmic lessons. But also it's a big chance for you to eliminate the negative from your life in an environment of positive energy. In other words, you feel good about it. So don't question too much, okay? In order to do that, don't. It really is kind of a Pollyanna energy in its own way, especially the way it's interacting with the other energies. It might feel very free and loose to you, and that might make you uncomfortable. That might make you recoil back a little bit. Be cool. It is what it is. That's your mantra here. The universe has your back, and you know what? It is what it is. All is well. All right? You got communication coming from somebody here. Let them be who they are. You actually have a chance to help them with this little problem that they have with core programming. This is really cool. I really do think you see someone in a new light here. Okay? And I do. I can see how that might put you in Eight Swords. I get it. All of a sudden, someone who we usually see as the Burger King, the King of Wands, right? Which is one of the kings, that's the Emperor, but one of the narcissistic ones, got to have it their way kind of a thing, right? You usually see it that way. Now You got a full-blown, even if they're still a little bit emotionally immature, still a little bit holding back a little bit, nothing's perfect, right? But in a positive energy, if you allow that positive energy to flow a little bit, you'll see that this person, while they haven't gone on a dark night of the soul, it's a whole lot of the energy causing this to happen with divine timing here on the Seven of Pentacles. But you'll see that this person you'll see them in a new light, and you'll like what you see. Don't question it too much, or you won't. You'll recoil back and you'll run for the hills because it seems fishy, you know? So don't. Bottom of the deck, here we go. Page of Wands, message to you. Page of Wands. There's that page, there's a page again. Page of Wands, Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and crossing the Seven of Swords is the Magician. Again, there's that Nine of Pentacles. I talked about it. Tolerance, liberal energy. Okay, I'm not talking about the political part. I don't give a fuck what your political views are. Liberal is a vocabulary word. The number one definition is tolerant of other people, allowing people to be who they are, etc., 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 not trying to change everyone, not being a my way or the highway kind of person. It's my way or the highway. Well, that's not very liberal. That's not very tolerant. That's not very Nine of Pentacles, you know. This card generally, while it is a card of independence, it's not a my way. It's not usually a my way or the highway. It can be if it's reversed energy. It can be a little bit of an asshole. But for the most part, this is someone here, allow someone to be who they are. Who are they? You've got a Page of Wands coming towards you. But it's a Page of Wands who could easily transform into this Emperor. You'll see glimpses of this Emperor within that Page of Wands, provided you allow for the fact that within the environment, within the baseline energy, is some deception. Is somebody trying to mask a little bit, trying to hide some things. Nothing's ever perfect. But this is one of the most positive energies that we're going to come across. And it is such a nice Saturn retrograde. It really is. I'm going to pull on you. I'll open the extended by pulling on you. Okay? I want to know more about this Nine of Wands and the soul here with this person. Because I think whoever this main energy is that's here is a really good person deep down, even though if they're the Burger King or whatever, usually. And we'll pull on you. We'll see what you need to figure out in this energy and what it's doing for you as well. We'll pull some side reads and a pyramid, all that fun stuff. Anyway, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. All right, good luck.